Dan from Bastille, a round of applause, please, for our very special guest joining us live in the studio. Out
Thank
here
you,
as
man.
we broadcast in London. It's really sweet of you to swing through so ahead of, the holiday season. I mean, between the concept of exhaustion from touring and recording through to the need to finish on a creative high note, somehow you've carved up sort of an hour to come kick it with us. So thank you, man.
Dude, pleasure to be here. It's nice to come see the studio.
So when you hear a song like that, when you realize, I always get a real kick out of hearing a song like that Power Waves record, My Obsession, and I think like, wow, that band's their lives are about to change, and you can hear it in the song that they've got one, and you're always looking for the one, right? And they've had great songs, but that's a one. You must kind of get, reflective a little bit, knowing, that you've been through that yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I do. I was actually thinking about that the other day, weirdly. I remember like playing when Pompeii was played for the first time on the radio, and I remember the DJ being like, I think this is a massive song, and obviously it's just another one of the songs.
It's a DJ who hedges his or her bets. I think, and don't hold me to this could be a massive song. Just putting it out there, just in case it is.
It is nuts to think in the space of a few months how much can change.
Dude, I remember when that song came on the radio and we played it and you recognized it was like a huge moment. It was moving way beyond us. We've both spoken about this. I mean, it took off so fast we couldn't hold on.
Yeah, it was mad.
Like it was out of here. And then again, we've talked about this, but I remember like a year later or whatever, like you were playing Festival and you had 60,000 people.
I know, it's so nuts.
Playing to 60,000
we were dressed
people.
up like idiots.
Oh, I know. We were going on after you.
Yeah,
It was awful. Me and Mark were just like, oh my God, man, talk about a hospital pass. And you finished with this as well. And we're like, maybe we should start with Jump Around by House of Pain. What do you think? Maybe we should switch the set list up. Dan from Bastille rolls with us. We're live from London. It's great to be back here. I miss the winter. I miss the anxiety. I miss the people.
Welcome
I miss
back.
the city. Thank you. I mean, you listen to it every night you're on stage to some degree, but when you listen to it mixed and mastered like that through compression, I mean, when was the last time you did that?
Thank God for studios. It's really weird. I just haven't heard this song in a very long time. That's quite weird to
How
hear
did it make you feel?
I was quite happy with how it sounded.
It sounds really good.
Yeah, it hasn't dated as much as I imagined it would have.
No, it hasn't. But
That's
then it's
my
only
opinion.
like 3 or 4 years old, to be fair. We're not
Yeah.
talking about an instant vintage 40-year-old classic here.
This is
no,
true.
it sounds really good, man. I
Thanks,
mean,
mate.
for a first statement that you guys made when you came out, your first major hit, those things can be intimidating too when you're watching a record rise like that. And you've surpassed that, made a new album, and you must be ending this year feeling sort of very satisfied and to a certain degree relieved that you're not just the Pompeii band anymore, you know what I mean? And you've got new music and you've been successful.
Well, I hope not. I think we probably are to some people, but
I don't know anymore, man.
It's been this year's been really fun. We sort of came off the back of our second record, spent a lot of time in the studio, did a lot of touring, have made a good chunk of the new record and a mixtape, and put this song out with a film, and I've got this song out with Craig David at the moment. So it's been
that's doing crazy things as well. The Craig David record is streaming through the roof.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's really exciting, and just I think you know what we're like. We because we write everything and produce it all ourselves, and it's quite a small sort of creative camp.
Yeah.
I thought I should just loosen up a bit this year and just mess around working with other people.
Well, it felt to me when you came out with the second record that there was so much heart and soul put into that record thematically, and also you knew that you didn't want to be a band known for one album. You delivered a brilliant second record, you took it to arenas, it's been successful, you've afforded yourself the ability and the space now to be able to have fun.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, thank you. I think I look to like hip hop and the culture of releasing music, and it's much more fluid and it's much more rapid, and obviously it's a different way of working when you're sort of jumping on other people's beats and collaborating that much, but I just want to be putting music out a lot more and in different ways, and if that means being on other people's songs or just randomly putting stuff out, then that's.
I mean, when you wake up in the morning and you head into the studio, do you sometimes have no idea what you're going to do?
No, I'm a control freak.
So
yeah, massively.
Yeah.
we've got a whiteboard at the studio.
Of course you do. Like
I'm
it's the
such
80s.
a loser. I'm such a
Like it's
loser.
the 80s.
I've
never heard of an iPad.
This next, no. This and just like notes and reams of notes and paper and ideas and lyrics and everything. But it's now at the moment we're in that really fun point where the record is like so nearly there, and it's like a puzzle that's like just fitting into place, and it's this 9-track album that I wanted to make is currently like 20 songs long. But
wait, which one? Because I mean, there's the mixtape and the album and the collaboration process and the playlists and the pop-up shop, and there's like there's so many things going on. Are we talking about 9 songs? The Bastille album?
Yes,
9 songs.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that 9.
Why 9?
I like the idea of going back to like classic. Not that our album's
The
going to be.
classic is 10.
I know, but like if you look back to like some of the Jackson records and stuff, they're super short and concise, and there's no fat. You know, they're totally lean and slick, and I just think, you know, we just made a 19-track album. I feel the need to go the other way.
And you know, the good news is that those other 11 songs that you've whittled it down to will find life elsewhere, and that's the cool thing about it, right?
Yeah,
if they've made
man.
it this far, then they will. There's lots to get out, man. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, I hope you were prepared. I pulled out the shovel for this interview, man. I'm gonna end this here with some information.
Yeah.
We were just joking about Pompeii and how, you know, the way that you pronounce those things. No, but it's good. But it's like, it's who you are. It's colloquial. It's a part of your upbringing. You're a product of your environment. But has it changed over time, do you think? The way you accent and deliver your words and do your thing?
I think every time I slip into American accent,
Woody pulls you up.
Force myself. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Because and I think it was a real conscious decision when I started singing to not Americanize my voice, because I think obviously some of the best singers in the world are British, but they sing with these like, you know, you're like, are you from the deep south? Oh no, you're not. You're from London. But and
you're not from New York City. You're from Rotherham.
Yeah, exactly. Great quote. Yeah, no. So it was kind of a conscious decision, and I think it's. I remember like there's one A&R person that didn't want to sign us because they were like, oh, it sounds too British. It's never going to work.
That's racism.
Yeah, that's what I said. Luckily some people like it, so it's, you know.
Boom, and here you are, ladies
job.
and gentlemen. Dan from Bastille. We catch him as the holiday season is about to kick into action. You're by no means done. No. Are you able to share what you're about to do in America, or are we going to keep that under wraps?
I don't know, actually. Are we allowed to?
That doesn't really matter.
That's a no. That's a management no. That's a head shake.
That was the most non-committal reaction from a head I've ever seen.
That was I can't stop him from saying it, but...
Okay, all right, fair enough. You're off to do a big TV spot in America, which is going to be fun. We can say that. We have to say what it is, but we can say it's a big sort of TV spot. No doubt it obviously has musical performance on it, otherwise you wouldn't be on it.
I hope so.
It's a big TV show with a musical performance on
Yes,
it. It's going to finish the year in America. Probably a network thing as well, because there's only so many places you can put music on TV. So it's a big network TV
Dropping
show
some big hints.
that has a music performance on it. We'll just leave it at that, shall we? How about that?
There you go.
Do the math, check the schedule.
Nice and
so
subtle.
You're going out to California to do that.
Yes,
and then
for
you're
a
coming
day.
Back. Exactly.
For one day.
Well, he says it's two.
Is it two?
Are you ever cooking this a little
Okay,
bit?
cool. Yeah, and everyone's got their little violins out for me.
Exactly. And then you're back. But, you know, it sounds to me like you still have a lot of stuff going on. And I think the time is now for us to kind of start a little investigation work into some of these projects in more detail. What is finished? The mixtape is finished.
No, it's not, actually. The mixtape's sort of changing and morphing into different things. I think I just want to get stuff out and have a constant flow of things. So I think we're going to put one thing out early next year.
Right.
I've actually got a song. I've got a song from it. If you want to hear something.
Squeeze me what?
I got the introduction, the 2-minute intro to the mixtape. If you want to hear
the
it.
mixtape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not like mastered or finished or anything, but.
So why don't you set this up for the people listening all around the world? What we're about to go through.
So this will be Other People's Heartache Part 4, which is our 4th mixtape, and the mixtape traditionally are like sort of a place to experiment and try different sounds, different production styles, and collaborate and do covers and reinterpret other songs. So this is it's kind of meant to bridge our last album, which was called Wild World, and our next one. So yeah, made that with Mark and this girl Kianja.
Yeah, who sounds
who we've
amazing.
been working with. She's kind of new, and we're lucky enough to be writing with her and on Thursday and Friday, and working with her, and hopefully at some point maybe putting some stuff out for her. Yeah,
the Motown factory is alive and well. Look at you guys, man. The stack's building.
If she wants to,
of course. But I mean, she sounds amazing when she comes in at the end. That's a real moment there.
Yeah. And she's on other stuff on the. There's another track that she's on much more prominently.
Two things I want to point out for people who are tapped in right around the world. You can look at your device, by the way. Photos updated as we go. But I just want to point out a little bit of behind the scenes stuff. Dan has a remarkably short save time on his screen. It's literally like 15 seconds, and you notice this, and then it goes to black.
Oh, I know. It's
mine's like a minute.
It's because it's always on battery saver mode. Because I'm one of those annoying.
What are you, the
idiots
director of the FBI? It's like literally on for 5 seconds, and then it goes to black. It's unbelievable. Secondly,
I could probably change that, but I don't know how.
No, you do you, man. You do you. Secondly, this is a piece of music, but there are some arrows left and right. What would happen if I press the arrow to go forward?
Luckily, that's a new app. There's nothing there, but in a different app, I've got like the whole record.
Yeah, you do. You got your EDM one away, bro. Finally, you can tick that box. You did it.
Yeah, that was so much fun to make. We made it with Fraser T. Smith.
Yeah, well, he's a legend.
Who is like
unbelievable,
killing it at the moment.
Oh
it's
my
insane.
God.
He's there.
his work on the Stormzy record is just unbelievable.
The Dave, is it an EP or is it an album?
Yeah, the album, the project.
Who knows these days?
I know. But what do you call it?
You call it projects, don't you?
Well, to be safe.
Yes.
It's the Macklemore effect. You just call it a project and walk down the line.
He's because, like I said before, like I have such a great working relationship with Mark Crew that I, don't really work with other producers.
Yeah.
So it was really fun getting to work with him.
How was Mark about that? You better come home.
Yeah, he's like, when you back? No, he's got a million things going on. He's just made the new Wombats record.
I want to talk about World Gone Mad. We caught up with David Ayer, the director of the film Bright, from which the song is on.
Yeah.
And I said to him, what is and this is no word of a lie, I said to him, what's the most sort of effective moment on the record for you within the framework of the movie? Like, what scene and song seemed to work the best? And he said he mentioned your song.
Oh, wow.
So that was a huge moment. Just talk through the process of making that record. We touched on it when we spoke and played the record as a world record, but now you've done the video, now you've been a part of that whole experience.
It was super surreal. I mean, I've always, like we said before, like I've always wanted to do a song with a film, and this was just, the soundtrack is amazing. To be on there with all those artists is pretty awesome. But yeah, I guess I just sort of watched the movie, watched the film. Sorry, watched the.
Oh,
watched
really?
the
It's like that. I can't call it movies around directors. They get upset.
My mum and dad are South African, so they say movie, and every time I say it, people are like, "Stop being American." I'm not American. Anyway, boring. It was really easy and fun, and often a bit like with that Craig song, it just came like instantly, and wasn't. I didn't have to think about it too much, and it sort of, for me, it nicely caps off our last record in terms of looking at the world and how like not awesome it seems at the moment.
Yeah.
But that's obviously very negative. It's probably the most hopeless song we've ever made, and that says a lot because we made a lot of very depressing music.
You do, but I like the way you normally dress your depression up in fancy clothes.
Yes,
and
exactly,
I like that. It's
exactly.
like the depression struts in the room in a fancy jacket.
It's like stealth, snazzily dressed depression.
Yeah. Who's that cat over there dancing up a storm? Oh, that's depression.
Oh, wait, he's crying as well. All right, okay,
it's
cool.
definitely. He's crying while he's dancing, but he looks fantastic. This one, you've dressed up in a long dark trench coat, black jeans.
Oh yeah, the full works, man.
Misery.
Full works,
The full misery.
It was just, I just know it was a pleasure to make. To get to record a proper string section. At Air.
Was it the first time you've done that?
Yeah, we've always we always work with our friend Gemma, and she basically
delivers
single-handedly layers everything up. So she comes down the studio, and we basically get her to record a whole orchestra worth of strings.
Whoa, on your albums?
In
it's
one person. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Which is a lot of work for her. She doesn't like me very much, and there's probably some like musicians union thing
You're so cheap.
being overlooked there, but. But dude, we you know what it's like with us. We just made our records in a cupboard, and
it's true.
And so that was part of the like. I guess the sort of musical ambition was to sort of think bigger than the little room that we were in, and to think.
Yeah.
And I love film soundtracks, and I love big epic scores and stuff. So it was always it was like, how can we make this sound bigger, and how can it transport you somewhere else? Anyway, Well Gone Mad was a lot of fun to make, and I love it, and I'm so happy we get to release it as a single.
Yeah, man, and go perform it.
Yeah. Oh, I'll talk about the video in a minute.
Amazing. All the touring, all the arenas, best arena show you guys have ever put on. Finishing with that. The Craig David hit. God, man, you're crushing the clubs, you're crushing the movies. You got the mixtape game on lock.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be busy, man. I'm at my happiest when we're just making songs. I know it's really cheesy, but...
Am I being greedy, asking for any information you may or may not be able to share about the mixtape?
I was just thinking we're probably going to make them a bit shorter and release lots more. Because I just want them to be this like constantly evolving thing. So yeah, so hopefully one in the next couple of months, and then maybe one later in the year. And
can you tell us like one person who's on it? Or do you want it to come out and just be like the thing, the reveal?
Well, there's one track. It's quite short. I'll leave a bunch off, but like Craig is on it.
Craig's on it.
Yeah,
great.
So we did a little song swap,
little trade.
And he's like always such a pleasure to work with, so that was really fun. But yeah, I mean, I want the rest to be a surprise. Actually, these things are always so last minute. We're still trying to scrabble like
who's going to do it.
Yeah, we're still trying to. There's a couple. There's one track in particular that I'm really excited about, but we have yet to record it. So we get to record this one person's vocal.
Wow.
But if we pull it off,
so schedules being a thing.
Yeah, bands are busy. They've got tours and stuff.
Bands, yeah. What?
Not us. I'm just in London at the moment.
I'm like, what band are you recording on your mixtape that's having a tough time on a schedule? Get out of here,
mate. Take a guess.
Get out of here.
I'll tell you, not on the radio.
Okay, cool. Give me a couple of minutes.
Because if it doesn't
people.
happen, I'm going to look like such an idiot.
And we don't want that. So the mixtape.
I'm doing a good enough job of that already.
Look, we're excited about the fact that there's a lot of stuff coming, and you're in this really great creative space. I want to talk a little bit while we've got your fans tapped in about album number 3.
Yeah,
9 songs.
I think I just found out. Apparently, it's got to be 10 for my record deal.
Does it?
Yeah. That's what we got told. That's a lovely when creativity and business collide.
Incredible.
I know how.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, we looked at our deal and it's like, it's got to be 10 songs and it's got to be 40 minutes long.
Yeah, but what technically is a song? What constitutes a song?
I don't know. Maybe
You
we'll
could
just
just,
do
like-
a cover of that John Cage one. Just a lot.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You could just put some
that can
silence
be
on it,
like the
call it
bonus
something.
track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And get your way around it.
I'm sure they'll love that.
You're doing all right for the label, bro. I'm sure they'll let you get away with that one. So 9, potentially 10 songs on the album, and if the mixtape goes ahead and sort of, would you be able to support the mixtape in any way, shape, or form in terms of performance or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I forgot. We're announcing a tour tomorrow that we're doing next year.
Great.
Well, I guess I'm announcing it now.
Yeah.
Another look from the manager.
Another exclusive.
Mate.
But the details are forthcoming tomorrow.
Yeah, but
You're
basically
announcing an announcement, James.
I'm
It's okay.
announcing an announcement. But can I talk about it?
It's called anticipation.
Basically, earlier this year in April we did a gig for a charity, and we did it at Union Chapel, which is this beautiful church.
Which charity?
Streets of London.
Yeah.
We basically completely deconstructed all of our songs and replayed them and re-orchestrated them all with brass, strings, and a gospel choir. So like we started with Pompeii, which we always finish with, and did it just a cappella with a gospel choir, and it was just it was so amazing. And there's a song on our last album called Two Evils, which is just guitar and vocal, but we flipped it and made it really like dark and electronic, and it was just a really it was my favourite show we've ever done. So we thought we'd take it on tour, and so we're doing a date at the Royal Albert Hall, and
wow.
and like concert halls around the UK and a couple in Europe as well.
How many shows in total, ideally?
I think it's like 8.
8 shows.
Yeah, it's not. I mean. Yeah.
No, but you're taking a lot of people.
It's a lot of
too.
people.
How
yeah.
many people are you
Well,
taking?
this can be quite old school because we just done, obviously we just did this arena tour, which was kind of mad and lots of sort of visuals and stuff, and it's quite nice to just be just musicians. Wow. It's just going to be 2 buses of just musicians and a couple of crew, yeah.
And you're talking about full orchestra.
I mean, I wish. But
it's elements of that.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be like a string quartet.
Union rules, bro.
Yeah.
Union rules.
No,
You can't, this is no arena tour with the pop band, man.
No. It'll be strings, brass, and a gospel choir, and and the 5 of us.
You better be ready at showtime, bro.
It's important,
Otherwise,
man.
it's a short show.
Yeah, they'll be like, mate.
Oh, they will down tools and walk off.
We had that once.
It happens.
We were doing a string session. We did this cover for a TV show, and we were doing this string session, and this like woman, like, fair enough, she just walked out.
Yeah,
like we weren't finished, and she just walked out.
Yeah, I've seen it, bro. We were there I've been doing stuff I've done a few things with orchestras here and there. I respect it. They sit there
massively.
and they look at their clock. They give you enough warning. They say in 2 minutes we're going to down instruments. We're going to walk off. It's just this is the way that it works in the union. It's how we keep control of the situation. Otherwise, how do you control 75 people?
I mean, it's totally fair enough, but it's just quite funny how it's the antithesis of like everyone, like other non-classical musicians stay in the studio for like days, way too long.
I know,
and you can't get them to leave, and it's
because they're not real musicians. Real musicians,
exactly.
They stick to time, right?
Exactly.
They understand the importance
They come,
of parameters.
they do the job brilliantly, and then they
leave.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing, dude. What a great experience.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
And also to play in venues that don't smell of beer.
It's going to be weird.
It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be so weird.
Dude, candles?
Yeah.
Your writer's got to change. Only the finest. Only the finest.
Only the finest, yeah. Baby Sham.
It's still British.
Another jolly number there.
No, but it's
by Bastille.
It's very, very. What a Christmassy, spirity record that one is, eh?
Yeah, one for the winter months.
I'm expecting party time in 2018, man.
Mate, our new album, I am so excited about it. It's like some of my favourite stuff we've ever done. It's like
you did it quick, man. I have to say. I mean, maybe because you took a long time, it felt like doing album 2. So this one's just turned around super fast.
Yeah, well, I just want to get records out, man. I'm not going to be alive forever, and it's just, it's fun making tunes at the moment, and I want this to be concise and quick and fun, and obviously it'll be super depressing, but like you said, with the wrapped up
fancy
clothes, yeah.
But what about the touring and stuff? I mean, you've barely stopped touring, and now you're just about to announce this forthcoming as already announced tour.
It's not for a minute, but basically we just sort of realised that. I was chatting to Will yesterday, and we kind of realised this is the first time we've ever stopped since we started. So this is the longest we've been home since 2011.
You didn't stop between.
No, we didn't.
2.
Yeah, we never stopped. So
that's true.
I think we had a solid month in the studio to finish the last record, and that was about it.
And what do? Go straight in the studio and keep making music. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, we get home and everyone's at work, so you're like,
what are you gonna do?
May as well go into the studio. And we just built this new place, so I'm like,
which looks amazing.
Super excited to. You should come check it out.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, I just want, I'm like, it's a new toy. It's amazing.
And then you've got obviously Rory. You've got Rag and Bone Man, who's someone that you've nurtured and helped to get to a point now where he's having an incredible time.
Yeah, it's so exciting to watch it happen, and to.
I just love that whole side of what you guys do. You and Mark do. You know, you focus on your own things, but also you facilitate opportunity for other people, and you recognize. I mean, I know that. I'm going to just blow the cover now completely, bro. I was there, and a lot of people in the industry, few people knew, but I was there in that room working on some music, and you guys were the only people that knew about him and were supporting him.
I mean, like, he's. I want to take absolutely no credit for what he does, because it's, he's incredibly talented, and it's a lot of different people have worked with him, and but it's just a real pleasure to be involved. For it to be the first album on our record label, it's funny. Like I kind of realised that like we don't really talk about it, and I don't mention it in interviews, and I've never really sort of gone on about it, but
great, let's talk about it.
Okay. But it's really exciting, and it's funny to, like, I meet people occasionally who work in the music industry, and they'll talk about Rag and Bone, and I'll be like, oh, I like was vaguely involved in that. They're like, oh, how? And like, it's like on the label we signed.
It's so bossy.
And they're like, people just don't know because we don't talk about it. And I guess it's the classic thing. If you don't mention it, no one's going to know. But,
and you're smart, because the world is full of vanity projects and artist imprints that never connect, because they get offered to you when you're successful, and then you don't have the time. You're too busy focusing on your own career.
The thing with our label is it's not affiliated with anybody. We wanted just to be really artist friendly, a nice place to sort of to work with people, to sort of nurture them, encourage them, help facilitate them working with other people and just making good records, and
it's a great protective unit.
So we've always made it, if they want to then sign to a major, that's cool.
How many albums has he sold now?
Quite a lot.
You run the label.
Quite
How many
a lot.
albums has he sold now? And
is it really bad? I don't know.
What is it? You don't know? I mean, we're talking.
I've got no idea.
I mean, we're talking.
I've got a double platinum. I've got a double platinum in the UK.
I'm calling 5 worldwide. Million,
I'm not going to deny that. I'm just going to say okay, because I don't know.
There.
I love it.
You're a terrible record label
boss. I'm so bad. I know.
You're absolutely shit.
Should we make a song?
It's terrible. It's
dude. I know. It's really embarrassing.
And the manager has no idea. You guys are terrible. You're googling your own sales. This is a shit show.
Yeah, no, it's really bad. Sorry. I mean, this is how we run our label.
It's working.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but it's working. Flick us your phone and let us play that record one more time to say goodbye, man. Because I've had such a great time having you in.
Mate, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And
there you go.
Thank you. And I would really love. I have to be quick, because otherwise it's going to go to black. I'm not kidding. Hang on, I've got to be really fast here. Cool. Just checking, making sure. You're in and out of America all the time. I know you got stuff to do out there, man. Just swing through and say what's up, and let's just keep this no promo. Just come and hang out and just tell us what you want to tell us. Play records, play other people's records.
Yeah, man, I'd love that.
Let's just keep it moving. Why haven't we done a damn show? Would you ever want to do a show?
I'd love to. Yeah, we should do like BLP. Best laid plans.
Would you be into that?
I would love to, yeah.
Because you've got this ecosystem in your spot.
Yeah.
Just record what you're feeling and what's going on.
Yeah.
That's how we get shows over the line. We offer people on the spot. Live on the station.
You can't say no. You're on air, mate.
You can't say no.
I've got a terrible radio voice there, so I've
got your phone. You better say yes. Dan from Bastille, a round of applause. You've been such an amazing guest, man.
Thank you, man. Thanks so much for having me.
You are absolutely the best. Have a fantastic Christmas, a great break, safe travels back and forth from the States.
Cheers, dude. You
See
too.
you in LA, mate. Bye.